taking you guys through my top 5 ab exercises that I perform weekly. I can't wait to show you guys. Stay tuned for the video. All right guys, so we got the first ab exercise here, which is hanging leg raises. Now I like to start my ab workouts off with a lower ab exercise because I find that they're the most difficult to perform. So I'm going to be taking you guys through the more advanced version, which is the hanging leg raise, but I'm also going to show you the beginner version, what you can do to build up to doing this. All right, so check this out. Alright, so the main thing to remember here when you're training your lower abs, all you have to remember is any bottom up movement, so your legs coming up and towards your chest, is going to be lower abs. Okay, so one thing to really think about when you're trying to train your abs effectively is to get into posterior tilt. I'm going to explain to you very quickly what posterior tilt is. So all that is just avoiding anterior tilt when you're lifting up your legs into your stomach. You're actually just going to engage your glutes, and that's going to keep your back nice and protected. It's actually going to engage your abs. So while I'm doing those hanging leg raises, I'm actually thinking about engaging my glutes and then pulling up using my lower stomach. Now to build up to doing that, I'm going to show you guys what you guys can do to strengthen those lower abdominal muscles, which is the reverse crunch on the floor. So you're going to get down on the floor, your knees slightly bent, you're going to press your hands into the floor, and you're going to pull in the knees towards your stomach. So as you can see, we're mimicking the hanging leg raise here. So I also don't like to really straighten out my legs when I do this and do that. I'm not saying it's a bad movement. I just prefer keeping my knees a little bit bent. I keep more isolation onto my lower abs. So those are my most effective ab exercises that I do on my lower abs. Now, don't worry if you don't feel it right away because lower abs are very hard to activate and it comes with practice. Now we're gonna get into the second ab exercise I'm gonna be showing you guys. So now we're getting into more of an upper ab movement. Lately I've been using the decline bench to isolate my upper abs. Now, as I said before, bottom up movements are gonna be targeting your lower abs. Now we're gonna go top down movements. So any movement where you're coming from the top and you're going down is targeting your upper abs. Now this is a pretty advanced movement because you can actually play with the height and adjust it accordingly. I'm also gonna be showing you what you can do instead of this if you're more beginner and wanna isolate your upper abs. All right, so what I usually do with this movement is I'll actually perform about 10 reps straight, and then to even target my upper obliques a little bit, I'll actually even come up and I'll twist. So I'll do about 10 straight, 10 side, and then 10 the other, all right? So let's do this. The other exercise that I found most effective that worked for me when I couldn't do the decline bench was the ab exercise on the ball here. So this also targets the upper stomach, and you can do literally the exact same thing as I did on the decline bench, and you're targeting the exact same muscles. So the third movement here that I'm going to be showing you guys is the L sit hold. We're actually just going to put yourself up onto the bars and you're going to literally just hold your legs out straight, and that's going to really isolate your core. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like, and I'm going to show you what you can do to end up building up to this. So what you can do to eventually build up to that is actually just put yourself up here, hold yourself at the top, and then just bring the knees in and out towards your chest. That's gonna kind of get you that strength in your core to eventually bring your legs out straight. But then you're gonna tell me, but hey Nando, I don't know if I can hold myself up there. No problem. You can actually just kind of use the floor, jump up, bring it down, come back down, jump up, bring the legs back up and down. So you're actually gonna incorporate a little bit of your triceps there also. So that's the only way you're gonna really build up to doing this movement is if you practice with those small little things. Even if you're holding it for literally 1 or 2 seconds, make it a good 1 to 2 seconds. You're holding your legs out, and then it's eventually just gonna continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger. All right, so the fourth exercise I'm gonna be showing you guys is the side plank press. Now this is probably one of my go-to oblique movements that really targets my obliques. All you're gonna do is you're gonna get into that side plank with your feet staggered out. You're gonna bring the dumbbell down, and you're gonna press it up. All right, so with with the dumbbell, it is a pretty advanced movement because you're actually putting some weight into the right side of your core. Now to end up building up to doing that, the only thing you can do really is just do an isometric hold here in this side plank. So you can do about 3 sets of 20 to 30 seconds of you just holding it here. And then once you end up building up to 20 to 30 seconds, end up trying to progress up to a minute. Then once you master that minute and you can hold it with no problem, then you can incorporate that dumbbell in there. So the fifth exercise I'm gonna be showing you guys is the cable crunch. I'm actually gonna give you a little tip on how to actually feel this properly in your upper abs. Now, one way you can really isolate your abs and actually feel this really proper. Now, one trick to actually feeling this properly in your upper abs is again to get into that posterior tilt. So as I'm standing here, holding the rope, I'm actually thinking about engaging my glutes and then eventually pulling myself down. Almost fell. But anyways, so picture with this rope here, I'm holding above my head like this, and I'm actually just thinking about engaging my glutes, and that's gonna fire out my core. Now when I pull down, my abs are in constant tension here. So I'm not swinging back like this. So if you're actually pulling this down and your hips are pushing back, if your hips are pushing back towards your toes, you're not gonna get that isolation and it's not gonna be effective. Just as a bonus exercise for those of you that want a really advanced movement, I'm gonna show you my go-to advanced ab movement. Alright, so that wraps up that video of my top 5 ab exercises. Now I usually perform these about twice a week for 30 minutes in a circuit. If you like this video and it helped you out, smash that like button for me and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.